Pledge allegiance, please. Mr. Gould, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah. Yeah.
Here.
Here.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody in the audience, I just want to let everybody know that we are being recorded tonight. We are on Channel 9, so if you choose not to be recorded, you can head home and watch us on Channel 9. We are going to open up an executive session. We're going to recess to executive session to discuss strategy with respect to litigation, and that the chairman declares that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the litigation position of the public body. And we will return to public session after that. It should only be, I'm hoping 20 minutes or so, 20 minutes or well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can we make a motion to go to an executive?
I'll make a motion that we go to executive session.
Chair will second. Actually, excuse me, let me just discuss who's going in. It'll be Mr. Gould, Ms. Mastrocola, myself, Ms. McCarthy, Mr. Doherty, Attorney Posner, and Mr. Vincent Serino, and Mr. Hashem. Mr. Serino is the representative for our case going on right now. So we do have a vote, and we have a motion, and we have a second. So can we get a roll call?
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay. So we'll go into executive. Okay, public session will resume. Mr. Fontenelle, you got something you want to share with the rest of the class? All right, welcome back, everybody.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to revert back to the school committee meeting.
Oh, we're already back. We voted
We're back?
inside out, yeah.
All right, I didn't hear you.
Okay, next up, we're gonna have Mr. Hashem with his, I'm sorry, actually, it's my report.
Yep.
And you know what, I'm gonna actually gloss over and go right to you since we've left everybody waiting already.
Yeah, and I'll go real quick as far as this goes. One, the March Madness event is happening as the complex as we speak. We had a substance abuse speaker present to the juniors at the high school this week, so that's something that we're moving towards. We conducted our 7th of 8 district walkthroughs this week as well. The pre-K lottery was conducted, and the VELC administration is working to populate the classes based on the lottery order they got. We have the middle high school on March 30th through the 2nd. We'll be having their NEASC accreditation visit. Dr. Scazzarello may be reaching out to one or more of you to schedule a time for you to meet with the visiting team, and that sort of depends on what they're going to be asking for. So, and we did have our wellness committee meeting as our 3rd wellness committee meeting of the year, subcommittee meeting of the year, last week.
All right, awesome.
All right,
That's it?
that's all I got.
Beautiful. All right, next up, we got the student representatives. Bree, you wanna start it off for us?
Hi, my name is Brianna Beto, and I have some updates from the class of 2028. So this week, running until the 16th, we're going to be having a Leprechaun Day fundraiser. It's going to be a 50-50 raffle. They're going to be selling for $20. I don't have one of the flyers on me, but we're basically, whatever we get the total, then we split it in half, and the winner gets $500.
Oh, nice.
And then we're going to be doing $17 Prince Take and Bakes. So it's like a coupon. We buy it from Prince, and you get the coupon, and you get to go and get a free pizza. Not free because you're buying the ticket, but you get a pizza. We're going to be canning a Kowloon sometime this month. We're also going to be doing another Prince Night 50-50 raffle. Unfortunately, our semi was canceled So we
What
lost
happened?
my
What happened?
postponed. We just didn't sell enough tickets.
Really? Wow.
I don't know, a lot of people don't have interest
No.
in anything like that. But
Wow.
tomorrow we do have elections, which is exciting.
Oh.
So, and that's it.
I'm a little bummed about the semi, you know, it's, usually it's pretty packed every year.
I was too, it was gonna
Yeah.
be fun, but it's okay, we'll do something eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. All right, thank you very much, Bree. Anybody got any questions for Bree before she goes? No?
Thanks, Bree.
That is too bad. All right, next we got Jordan and Sydney. You guys coming up? Sid, you going with her or no? Oh, she's flying solo? All right, all right.
Good evening. My name is Jordan Ripley Dominski, and I am here as a representative of the class of 2027. We want to first apologize for not attending school committee meetings regularly, but most of our board members are on other committees as well as student athletes, and it always seems to be the same night. We are excited to share that our junior prom is scheduled for April 2nd at Rosario's in Saugus. As for fundraisers, we have a lot going on. We will be canning at Kowloon on Saturday night, 3/14. Thank you to Bobby Wong for always supporting us. We will be kicking off a handbag raffle at Kowloon as well. $25 chance to win Louis Vuitton bag valued at $3,000. We are hoping to sell 300 tickets and pull the winner on Mother's Day. We are partaking with K&K for their annual egg hunt on April 5th and have a car wash scheduled for April 25th at the Senior Center, as well as a Chipotle fundraiser on May 6th. Lastly, thank you to the community for supporting our Super Bowl fundraiser. It was a huge success.
Awesome. Two quick questions for you. One, what was the time for canning?
It's 6 to 9 on Saturday.
6 to 9. And the other one is it like a real Louis bag or is it from Revere Flea Market? 'Cause
No,
that's
it's,
what they used to sell
it's
them.
a real one.
Canal Street.
All right, well, anybody got any questions for Jordan? Well, no?
Thanks.
Oh, thanks,
Thank you,
Jordan.
Thank you,
guys.
Jordan.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have subcommittee, what is that for? Subcommittee chairs?
Yeah,
There's supposed to be
the
reports?
reports from. it says.
All right, I don't know if do we have any reports from
We
the
didn't.
subcommittees?
How many updates?
All right, if not, I'm gonna ask to take Mr. Serino out of order so we can get him back up to the complex for,
I'll make a motion to take Mr. Serino out of order.
okay, and Chair will second, so, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, Mr. Serino, floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much for having me. To echo what Mike said, I wanted to touch upon a few wellness updates. We did have a guest speaker from Everett come over on Tuesday. His name was Eric Mazzeo. He's the Assistant Director of Youth Substance and Prevention for the City of Everett. So we had the entire junior class there that got to listen to him talk. He talked about his real life experience, but he really honed in on prevention, values, integrity. That was a big part of his discussion. The kids seemed to enjoy it. He let some ask some questions at the end, so it was great. And tying into that, we also have Crystal Melanakis, who's part of our regional prevention coordinator. She is in right now for our wellness classes, teaching mental health first aid. She coordinates with our guidance counselors, so after these kids get the training, our guidance counselors are also available for any additional support they need. So we're trying to touch a lot upon the wellness aspect at the complex this week. And then moving on to athletics, I'm going to give a recap of our winter sports. I'll try and touch upon all of the positive highlights we had from each individual sport. To start off with basketball, our boys basketball team qualified for the state tournament. They were number 31 out of 79 teams in the state for Division III. They had a fantastic season. First time they've made the tournament in a few years, but Coach Bertrand did a fantastic job along with the senior group getting them there. They fell a little short to Lowell Catholic, but we were able to host a game at the high school, which was fantastic. So they had a great year. Our girls basketball team, I think the big highlight of that season was Peyton DiBiasio passing Alex Wynn for the all-time record. She ended up finishing her career with 1,700 points, so fantastic feat for her. Also, not to be overcasted by that tremendous accomplishment, Coach Taylor Bogdansky finished her first year as the head coach, our elementary school teacher here at Belmonte. She did a fantastic job with the girls and has that program continuing to trend in the right direction, so it's a job well done by them. For swimming, we co-op with the Northeast Folk. We had one swimmer this year, an 8th grade homeschooler, Luka Ristanovic. He was actually probably their best swimmer on the team. He had the best times in the 50 free, the 100 free, and the 200. And at the Commonwealth League's conference meet, he ended up finishing 4th overall out of the entire conference. So it was nice to see we have a swimmer from Saugus who had a tremendous year. For gymnastics, last year was the first year that we started a co-op with Winthrop. In those 2 short years, we had Callie Anderson, who's a senior, become a captain for them, which tremendous honor speaks a lot to her at the type of person she is, a role model coming in and just really one quick year, because they only saw her last year, to be named a captain for that program was a tremendous honor for her. Our boys ice hockey team, we had the big highlight for that season. They missed the playoff by 1 spot, so again, they're progressing every year in a positive direction, but the big highlight for them was sophomore John Morello was named a all-conference player for the Northeastern Conference. Again, 8 schools, roughly about 150 kids, only 7 of those are chosen for all-conference, so to have a Saugus student selected there was a tremendous honor for him. Our cheerleading team, they went out to the West Springfield Invitational, which was also our Northeast Conference qualifier, and they happened to advance in that tournament. They finished first out of the 2 Northeast Conference teams that were there, so they qualified for regionals. They unfortunately missed out on states by 2 points, but again, looking at the roster, they were a young team, a lot of 8th, 9th, 10th graders with no experience. Our coach was able to lead them, not just advancing to regionals, but only 2 points off of a state tournament appearance. So that was a good feat for our cheerleaders. Now getting into track and wrestling, those were 2 of our more well-accomplished sports this spring. Typically, basketball, hockey get a lot of the accomplishments, but oftentimes people forget how good and successful of a track and wrestling program we do have here. So I'm just going to kind of read off the highlights for those. It is a little lengthy, but I'll try and be quick for you. For the track program, which again led by Coach Albert and Amy O'Neill, I can't thank them enough. They don't have an indoor track. They really, they run the hallways. They have the kids in the weight room. They have the gym. They improvise as they can. Sometimes if there's basketball games, they don't even get the gym for that long. And to go over the accomplishments that I'm going to share with you, to hear how well our student athletes do, not even having the proper facilities, it just speaks volumes to the coaches. It speaks volumes to the kids, their dedication to their craft. So with that, for All-Stars, we had Destiny Okoye was named All-Conference for the 55-meter hurdles. And then the individual All-Stars were Kason Imbraga and Victoria Silva Santos, who, short story on her, she just committed to college, wasn't even planning on jumping. Our coach looked up the scores at that college, saw that she had better high jumping marks than any of those kids, called the coach, and now she's going to be jumping in college, which is fantastic. We had 5 kids who placed at states. We actually had 1 individual who won a state title for states. Destiny Okoye won the Division 5 55-meter hurdle states. So her, along with Peyton last year, who won the states in javelin, we now, in the last 6 months, have 2 state champions in track, which is phenomenal. Farrell Bradenberg placed 4th in the high jump, and Destiny Okoye finished 3rd in the Division 5 high jump. Destiny was the only one who advanced to all states, where she finished 4th in high jump of all of New England. So again, think of how many student athletes that is. She finished 4th overall in New England. Hannah Strout, Destiny, and Soraya Matthew actually are in nationals right now in New York City competing in track and field events. So we have 3 student athletes who qualified for nationals, which is, again, a testament to their dedication and the coach's dedication. Moving on to wrestling. For All-Stars and All-Conference, we had 5 individuals. Of those 5 individuals, 2 of them were Saugus, so we do co-op with Peabody. 2 of them were Saugus student athletes, Justin Bremberg and Caesar Cruz were 2 All-Conference. And then for our All-Stars, we had Jake Murray and Lucas Fondulis. The wrestling team won the NEC Dual Meet Championship, which is the regular season, and then the Cal NEC tournament, which at the end of the season, all of the Cal schools, all the Northeastern Conference schools come together for a big tournament. 2nd year in a row, they've won both of those to be crowned Northeast Conference champs. With that, our coach Mata was named the NEC Coach of the Year. We also had a handful of kids who qualified for the Division II North Sectional Tournament, where we actually were the champions for Division II North Sectionals. We had 3 individual North Section champions, Justin Bremberg, Caesar Cruz, and Mike Moreo from Peabody. 9 of our wrestlers advanced to the states. We had another 5 advance to all states. And then we had 1 individual who advanced to New England's and placed 6th. So again, out of all of the New England states, Mike Moreo from Peabody had finished 6th overall in his weight class. Again, phenomenal accomplishment. More importantly, and I think one of the biggest feats that this team had, was they were honored with the MIA Sportsmanship Award, which is only awarded to 1 wrestling team in the entire state. And our team was chosen for the way that they represent themselves, the school, our community. to have a group from Peabody and Saugus mesh together and be able to accomplish something like that, I think speaks volumes to their character, to the coach's character. If you walk in that school, you would never even know that there's Peabody kids there. They treat everyone with respect. I mean, Dr. Scazzarella can tell you, walking by them, you'd never know they're not our students. They're all great. The coaches, Tommy St. Cyr, do a fantastic job with those kids. So I did really want to highlight on that one. It's a prestigious award that's only handed out to one school, so to be honored with that is tremendous. And then also just for some individual accolades with wrestling, we had 4 student athletes on the wrestling team accomplish 100 career wins this year. Last year we had just one with Max LaRusso. This year we had Justin Brenberg from Saugus, Mike Moreo, Jackson Delidi, and JJ Figueroa, who's only a junior, reached the 100-win milestone. Justin actually passed Max LaRusso for the all-time leading wins in Saugus High School history. So overall, it was a fantastic winter season for our student athletes. We had a lot of great accomplishments. Basketball, they'll have their all-stars and all-conference announced tonight, so we'll have that information for next meeting. And next meeting, I'd like to invite some of those individuals for some recognition to be shared. But
Absolutely.
again, it was fantastic winter season, and we're looking forward to our spring season coming up.
Yeah, I just want to touch on one thing you said about the track team. So all the meets, because my son was on the team, so all the meets I went to, every team had their own track. They practiced on their own track.
Mm-hmm.
We were practicing in the hallways at the high school. So for these kids to compete and win state titles and everything else, it amazes me, you know? We don't have high hurdles in the high school to be jumping over, you know? The relay team, we don't have a track to run around. It's amazing that they were able to compete with kids that have the facilities that we don't, you know? So it's just amazing to me. And also Wayne Motor, I really can't say enough about the guy. He's more about, like you said, character, teaching these kids character, and being good wrestlers is just, as a bonus, you know? So 22-1, and the sportsmanship award, it's really, we really can't grasp what it means, you know what I mean? But being a kid and wrestling with all these other communities around, and then you're the community that they say, hey, wow, you guys are really amazing with the rest of your peers, you know? That's just, to me, it's an amazing thing, so, yeah. So Wayne, he
We're
really,
very fortunate.
yeah.
Yeah, Mr.
You know how I
Chairman.
feel about the guy.
Yep.
On Wayne, I'd like to say, send our thoughts and prayers for him for March 20th. He's having cancer surgery, and he's in a tough battle, so all the thoughts and prayers are focused towards Wayne, please.
Thank you.
Yeah, he could be 100 places, but he's here,
He's a
you know,
great
and he's here
Great guy.
with these kids, you know, so,
Great guy.
yeah. But, so we're gonna have some kids come in, you say?
Yeah, I can share with Mike a
Yeah.
list of them.
Awesome.
Because they're still, Mr. Chair, they're still competing. We
Yep.
wanted to make sure that everybody who especially won a state championship could be.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate the thorough report, too. You
Yeah.
really touched on everything, so.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Oh,
Thank
sorry,
you.
Steph.
No, that's just what I was gonna say. Thank you for being so active and acknowledging all these kids. It's nice to see an active athletic director. It's great. Thank you.
Surrounded by great people, so
Yeah.
I can't
Just
take all the
other-
credit.
one other addition, Chairman. We have 2 boys and girls, 8th grade, are still playing basketball. One's tomorrow night at 5:30 here, and the other one, the girls, at 11:45 on Sunday, they're playing in Salem. So they're still ongoing.
Yep, Sioux Valley and Pownhouse Kandakas do a great job with that travel program, so excited to see them continuing to thrive.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Anybody
you.
got any more questions? No?
No, thanks so
Thank
you very
Mr.
much.
Sereno.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Well, can I get a motion to take Mr. Blair out of order as well? He needs to, you going back up to the complex?
You know, I've seen it over there. It's not going well.
So you don't want to come up? All right. You good?
I'll make a motion to take Mr. Blair out of order.
All right, Chair will second, all in favor?
Aye.
Am I out of order?
Hi.
Yeah, the floor is yours, sir.
Oh, boy. Well, the floor didn't belong to the teachers, I'll tell you what. It was, I believe it was 22 to 10 or something at the first quarter or the first half. I don't know what it was when I left. I gave the Pledge of Allegiance, and in terms of how the Belmonte staff performed, that was a highlight. Was my pledge. But although I want to give special recognition to Liz Venezia. She works in our sub-separate program as a special education teacher. 6 points and like 3 steals. I don't know where. I don't know.
Sounds like
I don't know what her
Liz.
deal was. Everybody else was is going to be feeling it tomorrow. And here's what it was like. It was like watching a bunch of classical Greek statues against like the velociraptors from Jurassic Park. It was that fast. The kids were on the board immediately. stealing passes, and I don't know. I left after that. All right, now on to other things. So you have before you, I hope, was the copies of proposed standards-based report cards. Now, before I got here, I understand that we had some teachers who did some work and some professional development on changing the ways we assess our report back to parents, how students are doing and how much they're learning. And I have with me Mrs. Ferris from third grade. She's going to join me up. Actually, come on up. So she's going to come up. I'm going to start things off, and then she's going to speak about it in greater depth, because I was not even in the state when this work started. But I can tell you that these teachers did a lot of work in changing the way that Belmonte reports back to parents how students are doing. And just to give you an idea of how things are going now, and I learned this when I got here in July, our students at Belmonte, which is grades 2, 3, 4, and 5, receive letter grades. Some part of my traditionalist heart thinks that's great. However, when we think about what's developmentally appropriate for our students, especially in grades 2 and 3, that may be not the best way to measure and assess how they're doing in terms of their academics. And I'm going to boil it down to very simple terms for people, and I'm going to hand it over to Mrs. Ferris. But the way I've been taught about elementary education, K through 3, you are learning to read. 3, and then kind of toward the end of 3 and on to 4 and 5, you're reading to learn. You're starting to use the skills you gained in the early grades to start learning stuff, higher concepts. Slamming a second grader with a D or an F, it's not developmentally appropriate. Like I said, I can see why people are attracted to it. All 5 of you know what letter grades are. I know what a letter grade is. We all know what an A is. But to somebody who's developing, that maybe an A through an F isn't what we want to report back to parents. We want to let them know these foundational skills that they're getting in K through or in 2 through 3. I'm assuming that the VELC is covering that in K to 1. How are they doing in getting these skills that they're going to need later? And so what I'm proposing, when I got here, the committee of teachers had done this work, had put together standards-based report cards for 2, 3, 4, and 5. That may be a lot to put in, especially if it's new. So what I'm proposing, I put the 4, 5 in there just to see where we might head in future years. But for now, at least, I would like to ask that we explore putting, starting next year, 2 and 3, grades 2 and 3 for next year, and switching over to a standards-based report card, an example of which you have in front of you. And I'm going to hand it over to Ms. Ferris, and she can talk more about it. Thank you.
The purpose of a report card is to clearly and objectively communicate how a child is doing in school. A standards-based report card tells specifically how a child is performing based on grade level standards listed and indicates what areas may need additional attention. Standards-based grading emphasizes growth and development over time by focusing on skill progression rather than a fixed average. It supports a growth mindset and encourages students to continue improving as they build their abilities. Last school year, a committee of teachers and administrators at Belmonte researched and discussed standards-based report cards. We received professional development from a neighboring district that had experience rolling out standards-based report cards. We collaboratively developed a report card that will help families, students, and teachers understand what a student knows and is able to do, as well as what the student still needs to work on to meet grade level expectations. In order to be ready for next year, we need to spend time during our weekly common planning hour aligning our assessments to standards and coming up with exemplars for grade level expectations. This will ensure consistency with grading amongst our grade level teams. We plan to practice this for term 3 by using a student or 2 from each class to implement grading using our standards-based report card. While this will not be shared with parents, it will provide teachers with an opportunity to use the report card and work out any kinks that arise before this rolls out next year.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. I was looking down at this. All right, so this is something that, are we looking to get a vote tonight?
Mr. Chair, no, what they're gonna do is they wanted you to be aware
Okay.
that, and I don't even know
Just
that you
building-based,
need to
correct?
vote on this. They're gonna message out, and they wanted to make sure the school committee was aware of it before they messaged it out to all the
Oh, yeah,
parents,
absolutely.
that they're moving towards the standard-based report cards for those 2 grades. Get the communication out there, and then have Mr. Blair and his team address any parent concerns, any explanations that need to be made, because it is a shift to some people, but, I mean, it's already happening at the Velk. So I would think the incoming second graders are already used to it. The parents are already used to it. The 3rd grade, it's kind of a shift back. I feel it'll be a welcome shift back, but we never know. So he wants to be upfront and communicative with you, and then he's gonna message that out moving forward.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think it really breaks down every subject really well, you know? Instead of, like you said, you know, hey, you gotta be this term, you know, but,
Some of them just aren't ready. My first introduction to the second graders, we're really dealing with them. I put a video out about, I'd lost a camera off my little Model Rocket, and all these kids ran to me in the cafeteria with little Calvin and Hobbes looking little treasure maps where they all claimed they'd found my missing camera. And I was like, that kid should get an F. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, but I do think that kids that age, their parents need to have some sense of how they're doing developmentally. And, for older kids, maybe it's fine, but for second and third, I'd like to maybe explore going a different way. One last thing, just to tell you how I would like to get this out to parents. I've started a little coffee and tea event once a month, one during the day for people who are at home during the day, and then the next month doing it at night. The first ones we've had have had to do with parking. We had another one about the discipline plan. I think the next one I would do, the next 2 would be inviting people to come in and learn about the standard-based report card and talking to them. And the turnout was pretty good for the others. I think we'd have even more people showing up to tell us what they think, but also to learn more about it. So that's how I plan to kind of get the message out.
awesome.
Mr. Chairman, can
Go
I
ahead.
just,
Yeah.
so I am a parent of a 3rd grader, and I think it's nice to see a little bit of the details around specifics, because I think the report card now, like an A is great, a B is great, but I would rather know where I can focus my efforts with my child, and I think this allows me to look and go, they need a little bit of help using spelling patterns, right? So I can focus with my child on using spelling patterns at home. So I think it's good. And just one other comment, and I think something that would be worth bringing to this committee while we have you in front of us. So standardized testing, I know in 3rd grade, my daughter gets like a wit and wisdom. This is how you did day 1. I think there was one in the middle, and then there's one at the end. What will really be good for us to see as a school committee, I think, is how we're progressing at each grade level, right? Because I think that helps us think when we're thinking about where we apply resources based on how that's progressing. So it's nice for me to see just my daughter, but it would be great to see the aggregate of the grades at some point.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Anybody else got any questions?
Great, yeah, that's a great point.
Any questions, Steph?
No,
All right, well, no other questions. Thank you very much.
And just, to clarify an earlier point, they're not great at basketball, but they made a great report card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I gotta go to high school.
All right. So that was that. So next up, we are back to
The old business.
old business, yep. Saugus Middle High School Complex Program of Studies 26-27. Vote to be taken. Where you going?
I have to pick up my granddaughter at
Oh,
high
okay.
school. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
That was the program of
Yeah.
studies that you tabled last.
yeah, we,
Yep.
yep.
So you want to talk about it, or?
I mean, do you have any does anybody?
No, everybody had time to look it over?
I did.
You have any
Yeah, I
questions?
think I had the ability to look at it. I feel comfortable
Yeah.
with what's
Same.
there
Yeah,
and
no, me
ready
too.
to
Yeah,
vote.
it was easy to
Yeah,
look at it
likewise.
and,
A lot of work went into that.
Yeah,
so
it's great.
Thank you very much.
yeah.
A lot of work went into
It was
that.
never a doubt in my mind anyway, but,
Yeah.
No, it was great.
all right, so we'll take a vote to accept.
Mhm.
Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept where do I want to read from?
Program of studies.
Saugus Middle High School Program of Studies 2026, 2027.
Chair will second for discussion. Any discussion? If none, all in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries 4-0. You want to come up and discuss it all, Carla, or? You speak every meeting, so it's up to you. All right.
I went over it last time, so if you don't have any other.
Yeah, I probably should have asked you first. Sorry about that.
All right.
All right, appreciate it. Motion carries 4-0. So next up, we have back to new business.
Well, Mr. Chair, the old business, I supplied you all with the, it's
Oh, yeah, right in
the
front of me,
school
sorry.
calendar that you already approved. It doesn't need any more approval, but we filled in the bottom part with the important dates and report cards and whatnot for you, and I just wanted to make you aware of it. And it's posted on the website as well. So we did, at first, you just took the calendar as a whole and approved that, and we just wanted to let you know that we did fill in and share this with the public.
Okay,
Great.
Yep,
well, thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, so next up, all right, so we had the review and discussion of articles for the town warrant. So our articles are still being looked over by our legal, just to make sure all our Ts are crossed and Is are dotted. If Mr. Hashem wants to just mention what they are,
Yeah, no, I mean, what I wanted to make sure everybody was aware of, because there was concern of whether we were trying to do this or not, so this is something
Yep.
that we worked on. So we do have 9 articles to use that student support fund. ELL tutoring services, an athletic and tutoring services, the BSA middle school and develop enrichment funding to continue, science curriculum implementation at the BSA, behavioral specialist implementation funding, tutoring hub at the high school, and elective class funding at the high school.
so just for everybody at home, and it's gonna be a very challenging year with budgets, we know that. So what we're trying to do is, we, as a group, we all believe that education is our priority. It's not worrying about the bills and everything else. Education, because the kids always are the ones that end up suffering. So what we're trying to do is put educational, what do we call them? Articles, but,
No.
yeah, it's not really enrichment, I guess we'll just keep it.
It's not enrichment, it is, these are things that we
Right.
need to try to get better at. So it's one of these, there's areas that need some
Absolutely.
support, student
So it-
support
yeah,
services.
And this goes directly to the students, this type of support. So this is what we've been working on, because we're gonna need it, we're gonna need it this year, and so, we're all in on education. So we are going to, just make sure that our articles are where they're supposed to be before we present them to the public.
Yep, thank you.
Because again, you don't wanna put something out there and have it not be the right scope and have us suffer the consequences on that, so. So, but I appreciate, I see a lot of input online, and stuff like that, it's,
Yeah,
but we are
Mr.
working
Chair, I
towards
really
that.
appreciate everybody's support with. Did I do something?
John does not support us right now.
All right, no, I just want to thank you all for your support and help with putting these together.
All right, so that's, I'm sorry.
Yep.
That is, yeah.
Now to your.
So the discussion, it really is, there won't be a discussion on it
Yeah, right.
because it's
It was just.
not finalized. But we should have it definitely by the next meeting.
Yep.
All right. So anybody want to add anything to that before we move on?
Nope,
All
good.
right, I still don't want to stifle you guys. So next up, we have approvals. Approval of bill, actually, you know what, before we get to the bills, let's, could we just take Mr. Fontanella out of order for approval of YMCA Youth Government? Can I get a motion for that?
I'll make a motion to take the approval of the YMCA Youth and Government overnight field trip out of order.
Okay, Chair will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Sir, the floor is yours.
Hello. So this, there's a sophomore, Rania, who came to me about 3-4 months ago, and I don't have her, she's not my student, and she said, we heard through the grapevine they used to run field trips. And I said, yeah, I used to be Model UN advisor, program kind of died after COVID. And she said, well, there's this, we've heard about this program that the YMCA offers. And I was like, okay. And she goes, well, I was wondering if you could take a look at it. So she gave me the name of this guy, Drew Caldwell. I emailed him, and he sent me all this information about this field trip. So I gave you the packet that kind of summarizes what the whole program is. So there's a national program. It's called MOC. There's Model UN, which simulates the United Nations. There's Mock Trial, which simulates like an actual trial. And there's also something called Mock Congress, where kids actually simulate being like local representatives, people in Congress. So this program is very similar to mock Congress. Basically, what the kids have to do is they have to literally write a law. And it's not just like writing like a law, like there's like all these requirements they have to do. There's like 10 different categories. They have to look at like the limitations of the law. They have to do financial impact. Like they have to do this whole thing, like for the law. And so, you know, I brought them in. I was like, you know, if you guys want to do this, I mean, it's kind of a lot of work. And so they ended up getting 5 people, 5 students. 4 of them are sophomores, 1 of them's a junior. And they want to do the work. So I just want to emphasize this is 100% student driven. Like this is not like a stipend like that, you know, I'm getting or anything like this. And they've literally written one of the laws, and they're going to do 2. So we're going to submit 2 laws for this conference. And what happens is, and I've never done it before, so I'm telling you just what the guy told me. They will go, every school that goes there is going to have different delegations. They are all going to present their law on the floor in front of every single student that's there, like every school from Massachusetts that goes. And they will literally go up and speak in front of 100, 200 people. And then once they present their law, it's just like real life Congress. Like everyone is going to be able to question it, make amendments, challenge them. And so like the whole, if you guys approve it, like after their laws get submitted, we'll just be practicing how you defend yourself when people are trying to, oh no, that law is stupid. You know, so basically we'll talk about, so it's going to be debate prep and a lot of those skills. I did do Model UN for 21 years, so very similar skill sets. So I think I know how to do that stuff. So anyway, in terms of the logistics of the conference, I do have like basically what it looks like, what they're actually doing. This is from last year, so it's not the exact dates, but just gives the itinerary of what they're doing, like, you know, hour by hour. Thanks. And so Sunday, they pretty much get there Sunday evening, and then they have opening ceremony, dinner, and then, you know, get in the hotel. On Monday, that would be where, you know, they're actually doing most of the work. That's where they're going to be doing most of the sessions. And you can see they are allegedly going, they might be doing some of this at the actual Massachusetts State House. Like, so they actually might be at the actual Massachusetts House of Representatives floor. I don't know that for a fact, but when I saw the video, like, I think they were there. Like, it had the Golden Dome. So I think at least part of they'll at least be able to walk into, I think, the State House. But yeah, so they'll be doing the debating, and then on Tuesday they kind of wrap up, you know, and then they'll have awards for the students that did a really good job presenting. So it's a 2-night conference. You know, most of the action takes place on the Monday, and then you know, Tuesday morning they wrap up. But they will be doing some work on Sunday evening when they get there. In terms of the cost, it's roughly, it's going to break down to about $515 per student. That covers 2 hotel nights, all the food, so all the food's provided to them. They're eating like within the conference, so they don't have to go out to dinner, breakfast, lunch. So they'll get, I think it's like 5 or 6 meals provided to them. And then also all the registration costs. In terms of getting there, at the hotel is the Wyndham in Boston. So I was figuring public transportation, if that was all right with you, instead of chartering a bus. Yeah, I thought it would make sense. And I've led field trips into Boston, like meeting, you know, in Oak Grove and going in to the hotel. Yeah, unless you have any other questions.
So you're going with them?
Yeah.
Okay. That was one of my questions. The other one is,
yes, I would. Yes, I would go with them. Yes.
The other question is, so where is the funding coming from?
They're paying for it. So
YMCA's paying for it?
No, each kid is going to pay $520.
Okay.
That's for the registration cost.
So really what you need from us is just approval to go?
Mr. J, they need approval because it's an
It's an overnight fee. It's an overnight
I
fee.
wasn't sure about the funding, because sometimes.
Oh, no, you don't have to, no, we're just asking your approval of the trip because it's an overnight fee.
Yeah.
Actually, it seems like a pretty cool trip, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
it seems pretty cool.
Very
Yeah, I've never gone,
No,
so.
we'll
yeah,
find out.
And we'll find out. Yeah.
Kids know that most of the representatives are real boring. And also, it's-
So, do you want to know the law that they wrote?
yeah, what they write?
Because they really came up with it themselves. And there's a second one that's a little more controversial. But the first law, the law they wrote, they wrote a law saying that the state of Massachusetts would require school districts, every school districts, to allow every student, if they were enrolled in, let's say, Algebra 1, let's say freshman year, just in high school, 9 through 12, that they would be allowed to pass out of the class if they felt that they had already knew enough. So let's say you have a kid that, thought they could move up and take the next year's version of the class, right? So it's the idea that the district would have to have a placement test. And if they passed it, like 2 weeks into the term 1, then they would move to the next, like geometry in the math example. And of course, there's limitations to the law. I talked about you can't do this with every subject. You need 4 years of English. Like you can't just pass out of English and say sorry. So they limited it to math and science. So it's Anyway,
What's the controversial one?
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, tell us.
they have not sent that. They have not sent that to me. It has to do with it has to do with a special type of you know how MCAS went away. Okay, yeah. So basically, that there'd be this type of exam that you would take that would give you special recognition. So like they were basically saying, well, some kids that pass classes, but it's like they don't like the grade might not matter as much. What?
Like the region?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Regents idea, where basically you would prove that you're really good at this particular thing, so you could go to college with this special recognition. So let's say like you really cared about, I don't know, Spanish, so you would be able to take this like Spanish thing at the end of the year, and if you passed it, you would get this special recognition that might help you in a college thing. Anyway, that's cool.
Maybe they could write one about riding your bike inside the mall, because it seems to be the popular thing to do now, the e-bikes.
So you can't, it doesn't have to be school related. It can be town. So I'm not even kidding. One kid wanted to do something on, what's the eminent domain? And so,
I like the way these kids think.
yeah, because I think there was some place in Saugus that they're like, why don't they just knock that down and like put something else in? And so like one of the
Candy
storefronts.
nuts and books. Yeah.
We're not gonna say which one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to get in
Yeah, I
trouble.
think everybody here knows.
But anyway, but we're not doing that one. They decided to stick with school.
When is this? I'm sorry.
This is my bad. It's April.
Oh, okay, April.
What?
I think it was like, it was in the email.
April
14,
12th
16.
through April 4th.
Okay.
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, no, me too.
Okay. Thank you.
Taking a motion to.
I'll make a motion that we accept the allowance of the field trip through the YMCA Youth and Government overnight field trip.
Chair will second. For discussion, anybody? Okay, if not, then, should we do a roll call for this, Ms. McBride? Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Mastrocola,
Yes.
yes.
Mr. Richards.
Yes. Okay, motion carries 4-0. Thank you very much, Mr. Fontanella.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, what happened to my agenda? Oh, there it is. Okay, so now we're back to the approval of bills dated March 2nd, 2026, in the amount of $1,105,272.22.
March 12th.
No, I said March 12th?
March 2nd, but that's
Oh,
all right.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm off tonight. So can I get a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion that we accept the bills dated March 12th, 2026.
All right, Chair will second. Any discussion? If none,
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Mastrocola,
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mr. Richards.
yes. Okay, motion carries 4-0. Next up, we have the acceptance of a BSA grant of $725 from the Cultural Committee.
I'll make a motion to accept the BSA grant of $725 from the Cultural Committee.
Chair will second. Any discussion?
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Mastrocola,
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mr. Richards.
Yes. Okay, motion carries 4-0. Next up, we have the approval of a donation of $1,640 from the Veterans Lower Elementary PTO for the transportation.
You skipped.
Oh, wow, I am way off.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. All right, let's go back. Next up, we have approval of a donation of $1,000 from Kowloon for the Saugus High School class of 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve a donation of 1,000 from Kowloon for the Saugus High School.
All right, Chair will second. Any discussion?
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Mastrocola?
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy?
Yes.
Mr. Richards?
Yes. Okay, motion carries 4-0. Now, we have the approval of donation of $1,640 from the Veterans Lower Elementary PTO for the transportation Velk.
I'll make a motion that we accept the donation of $1,640.
Chair will second. Just one question. Is this like a field trip or something?
It's for the, I think it's for the North Shore Music Theater, for the Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's
yeah,
the
I
Dr.
believe
Seuss
it's a field
musical
trip.
on March 17th,
Oh.
at the North, I'm
Very good.
chaperoning. I'll be there.
Oh, very good. All right. All right, so, yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Mrs. Mastrocola?
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy?
Yes.
Mr. Richards?
Yes. Motion carries 4-0. Next up, we have the approval of a donation of $200 from Myrna. Wait a minute, I don't want to butcher this name, so.
Myrna.
Myrna,
Myrna?
Clerge.
Myrna Clerge for the Saugus, thank you,
We'll all
The
be
Saugus
together
High
in
School
this if
class.
we're wrong.
of 2028.
I'll make a motion to approve the donation of 200 from Myrna Clerg.
Chair will second. Any discussion?
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Mastrocola?
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy?
Yes.
Mr. Richards?
Yes. Okay, motion carries 4-0. Next up, we have the approval of school committee minutes of February 12th, 2026, open session.
Make a motion to approve the school committee minutes. February 12th.
Chair will second. Everybody have a chance to look them over? Okay, if so, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Next up, we have approval of school committee minutes, February 26, 2026, open session.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of February 26, 2026, open session.
Chair will second. Everybody have a chance to look them over?
Mhm.
Okay, if no discussion, then all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries 4-0.
Mr. Chair, I think there was one, you might have a photocopy of one check
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on the
this
back.
that got, sorry, that got added last minute. It's a $50 donation to the class of 2028.
Okay, so, could I get a motion to accept the class, $50 from Victor's Italian Restaurant for the class of 2028?
I'll make a motion to accept the donation from Victor's Italian Restaurant for $50.
Chair will second. Any discussion? If none, Ms. McBride?
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Mastrocola?
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy?
Yes.
Mr. Richards?
Yes. Okay, motion carries 4-0.
Thank you for adding that.
Anything else? Good? All right, if not, then we will go to public comment. Anybody have public comment for us? Oh, I saw Ms. Nuzzo had her hand up back there.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
all right.
good, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Blair, was that you? No? You good too? All right. All right, if, you guys have anything you want to add before we hit the road?
I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming tonight. Actually, it was a capacity crowd of, what do we get, 12 total, what were we, earlier? As it gets closer to FinCom and town meeting, I hope we get more parents coming to talk. Because again, this is the time that we should be talking about stuff. If you got something you want to bring up, come to the meeting, talk in public comment. After we meet at FinCom and after we meet at town meeting, that's not the time to come up and lambaste anybody. You know, so if you want to be heard, we gotta start being heard before we get there. So, social media, we're only gonna read so many comments, and it doesn't really matter if we're not here talking about it, you know? So, that's just my 2 cents for the day. Anybody else? Okay, if not, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Chair will second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, thank you all for coming.